Oh yeah, on we go with the rest of it. Apparently like people seeing mistakes, so yeah, there's a couple of them coming. Right, this is the fun bit. Wet and dry, sandpaper, block of wood, dish of water. Find yourself some tunes and fucking zone out. Sandpapering, I don't know, some people know it, some people don't, but the easy thing with sandpaper is get all the scratches going one way. Once you've done that, I've gone to 280, I probably don't need 220, sorry. Probably don't need to go any further for this, but I'm going to, just to show you. That, by the way, that took 2 pieces of 220 grit to get rid of the vertical scratches and make them all horizontal. We'll see how long this takes. We're going to 320 grit now, and I'm not going to go any further than that. All we do is instead of going that way, we go that way. You don't have to go real deep, but you do have to get rid of all the other scratches. Like I said, this is the fun bit, so we'll come back in a while. Right, so got all the lines going that way. I'm just going to use the same grit paper and just smooth them out. Get them all running horizontal. Why am I doing this before I'm anywhere near finished? Because I've found through experience that the more of a decent finish I get on the blade before I harden it, the easier it is to clean the fucking scale off. Because I don't have any stainless foil to wrap the blade in. I've got to deal with that bloody scale, which is a pain. I deal with that by giving it a soak in vinegar. It doesn't get rid of it, but it makes it soft, so it's easy to just sand it off with, you go through the grits again. It's just the way I do it. There's probably other better ways to do it, but that's not the way I do it. So I'll finish the other side now. Oh yeah, so the blade's pretty much ready to be cooked. Before I do that, I'll cut some stuff for the handle, a nice bit of myrtle burl. I'll cut that about 8mm thick and...
Make some noise.
Alert. Not a great deal to see here, it's just sanding. If this was another piece of timber, I would book match the grains, but it's burl, it doesn't really have a grain, so just got to make the 2 inside sides flat. Pretty simple, so I'll do that. Well, yeah, we're just about ready for some cooking. I'm just gonna trace out the handle roughly. As you can see, I haven't got a lot of room there to play with, but that's alright. That'll give me something to work on later on when it's in the tempering oven. Right, yeah, so ready to cook. Give the blade a nice bit of a clean so it's got no thumbprints, because thumbprints can be bad. After it's cooked, we'll throw it in there, a couple of blocks of aluminium, and it'll quench. That's about all that's involved there, and then it'll go into the tempering oven. So we'll cook it in there for about 20 minutes at 1000 degrees sensible. I won't, you don't want to get it just straight away hot. Bring it up slowly, over 5 minutes or so. Tempering, I'll do that at about 200 degrees for an hour. Could do it twice if I wanted to, but I'm running out of time, so it'll get 1 hour. So yeah, we'll fire that up. Right, I've fucking forgot to film all that. So here's some exciting footage of me putting a knife in a toaster oven and turning it on for 1 hour. I won't make you sit through that though. Right, let's had a bath like the dirty Egyptians. Bit of vinegar. Going in there for a couple of hours. Doesn't do much, it just makes all that crap from heat treating softer to get off, so I'll give that a quick scrub with a bit of Scotch-Brite. So we'll move to a tap. A little bit of water, a bit of a scrub. That gets rid of the worst of it. And after all that sandpaper, I'm going to put it in the sandblaster now. I won't show you that. I can't see what I'm doing, so no reason why you should. Oh, why did I sandblast that? Simple, because it's the easiest way to get rid of all the scale and crap and shit from heat treating. I could wrap it in stainless foil and that would prevent that, but I can't fucking afford that shit, so that's what I do. Pretty simple really. So for now, I'm going to get a little bit of blue, a bit of gun blue. Get that on there. I really only want it on this bit that's exposed. Don't have to do this, I just like it because it's a good contrast. And yeah, I'll go back, I'll re-sand that to 400 and it'll be a nice satin finish. We'll get a nice contrast like I said, and this bit, the spine and all of there, that will all be sanded when I come to doing the handle, which will be coming up soon. Right, before I do any sanding there. I might put my maker's mark on, but it's easier to do it now. So I'm just going to acid etch this. All I do is just a bit of layout blue as a resist. I'll double bit on, let it dry, put a bit more on, about, I don't know, 6 coats or so, and then I'll get a little scratcher and scratch my jigger in there, put it in the etch, and that's it. So I'll continue with painting this because, you know, it takes about 20 minutes, half an hour between coats, or, you know, till it's ready. So we'll come back to that. Rightio, so this is not one of my favourite bits. Let's get a sharp point and I'll scratch a scratch. This is hard to film because I've got a magnifying glass in the way. All I'm doing is just scratching away the blue. I should be doing this a better way because old mate from Matty's workshop sent me some little jiggers to make this easier, and I haven't got round to trying that yet, so I'm doing it the old school way, which I've always used. Which is always fun because I've got Prezzo's problem too with the shaky hands. The joys of ageing. A little tit on the end of the thing. What are they called? A serif, but tit will do. Fucking rough as guts, but should be right. We'll go and etch that now. Right, so yeah, we'll etch it. 12 volts DC, connect the positive to the blade, get a bit of that shit. Which is just water and salt water even. Get it nice and wet, grab a hold of there. So that'll go a mucky yellow colour. When it's sort of turned that colour, it's sort of done its job. Get some fresh stuff. That's what I've found. I don't know whether there's any science behind that shit or not, but that's what I've found. Don't want to dwell too much on it at a time, because the blue is not the best resist in the world. It works though, I find, with nail polish is a common one for this, but it chips out. Doesn't give you a nice finish. So that's that about done. We'll go and wash that off with some water, clean that blue off, and then I'll start sanding. Well, that's shit. I fucked that up good and proper. Went too deep with the etch. Got something wrong with the etch. Pretty hard to recover from. But right, so that's what I ended up doing. I did get out of it. Wasn't a lot of fun though. Oh, that's way too fucking close to my face. That's even worse. Ooh. This is also the bit where the rest of the footage that I had before was shit, so I'm going to have to invent it, make it up as I go along from here and try to explain what I did. So it's back to Sesame Street and use your imagination. So yeah, let's have fun with that. Right, so here's one that I fucked up earlier. So imagine there's my little bee. All I did was just make a curve that looked alright. I started trying with a little stone bit in the Dremel, but that wasn't real good, so I got a I think it's a 2.4mm diamond burr and just went and turned the power on first. One of them's the power. There it is. And I just hacked away at it until it looked alright. That's how I escaped that one. Right, yeah, this is where things get messy. I missed some footage, so we're pretending that's our finished blade. We're pretending that this is the handle material that we did before. When you get to this, what we're going to do next is rivet the three pieces together. Before you do that though, you've got to finish this front edge because once you attach it there, you can't get to it. So you want to finish that. Obviously you want that finished too, but you want that finished, polished, done. So the next bit, I suppose the next bit is to actually talk about riveting. So normally you'd have two bits of steel, you drill a hole through the middle and you cut some pin material, same diameter as your hole, 1.5 times longer than that distance. That'll give you your normal rivet, which relies on compression. I don't really do it that way. I rely on expansion. I've got three bits of material. And yes, the centre hole through the blade is a tight tolerance with your pin, but when it comes to the timber, I only like to have that the same diameter a little way in, and the rest of it, the rest of the hole is a really fine taper. I've got a nice fine tapered file there that I used, a diamond file. It's pretty worn out, but it works well. All you do is when you get your hole, it doesn't need a lot, just a little bit. And because I use an aluminium rivet, when you're whacking it with a hammer, it will expand to fill the whole hole. So it allows you to take off material to a certain depth, and you still got that that compression that way that pulls it all together. That's what I do. Another reason I do that is because I'm not a fan of glue. And with this method you don't really need the glue. All I'll do is coat the inside where it sits on the blade with some oil, and that gives really good protection. That's what I've found. So we'll set up to do some riveting in a tick. Right, so there's our there's our blade going on our handle in pretend world, of course. All it needs is bit of railway track, bit of anything would do. Smash it a bit on that side. Poke your rivet back through this side. Smash it a bit there. And just keep turning it over. And eventually it'll all come together. I've got a little hole here because it's handy to just tap that through every now and then. At this stage it doesn't hurt to tap a ram handle because it's not finished, that's just rough timber, that'll be shaved away. So I'm just doing that just to even up the evening up. Yeah, that's 3 of them. It's not going to move. I also don't use glue. Oh shit. I use my knee sometimes to bump the camera, but yeah, I don't use glue. Especially without the brass. Without a brass bolster. Like I said, you've finished this part of the handle, and that's all finished and polished and everything. If you use glue, you're going to get glue squeezing out the front there. And yes, you can clean that up with a bit of acetone, glue cleaner, whatever you got. But you don't know what the acetone's going to do to your finish here. So it can leave you an ugly mark along there. So that's basically why I don't use glue. I think this is a perfectly strong enough finish. I'll rub the inside of that with some linseed oil. That against the blade is about as much protection as it's going to need. You know, if you don't clean your knife, then it's going to rust. Oh yeah, first I'll sand those flat. They're already pretty much as thick as I want them, and although I talked about these rivets before, I don't want to take too much off because, you know, further down you get, the weaker the bond. But anyway, I'll get on with this. So it's got the basics of it. Now just, if you're doing something different, you might have all sorts of facets and fancy stuff. I don't fuck around with that. I keep it simple, so I'm just going to round it, smooth it all over. Might make it a bit thinner. A little bit thinner at this end, a little bit fatter in the middle, thin down there. Don't know, I'll figure it out. I'll do that and we'll come back. It's not really that interesting to watch, I don't think. Alright, so that's roughly done and smoothed over. The rest of it I'll finish by hand. But before I do that, I'll go around and clean up the edge of the blade. Swap to a 320 belt, which is perfectly fine for there. Carefulling though here, got to be careful here, because I don't want to burn the timber, but I do want to clean up the scratches, so yeah, carefulling. Oh, 220 grit, that'll do. We'll go down the grits later. A lot of people don't like hand sanding. They reckon it's boring. Maybe it is to them. I've never been bored in their life. What I find it quite relaxing. You can just sit here and do it. And as anyone from Emma's Discord will know, I don't mind if my mind wanders, and this is really good for that, because I can just wander wherever the fuck my brain takes me, which is some pretty strange places. I've got to admit, it's probably not very interesting to watch, so I'll just do this for a few hours and come back. Alright, I've got up to 800 grit. Now I'm going to move on to steel wool. I think that's 00, roughly the same as 800, and it'll just smooth things out a bit more. After I've done that, I'll move on to a 40 super fine, and that'll be the finish of sanding. Yay! So I'll do this for a little bit longer. Eventually you come to the end of it. I've got all the scratches from this steel wool going one way. Just to finish it off, just a roundy round motion. And that's about all it needs. Give it a blow off with some dusted air, I might do that, and then I'll get the magic goo again, and that'll make it shiny. That's the stuff I'm going to use. Aussie oil. Like I said, it's a mix of stuff, and I'm going to use it. I should say, that it's not a sponsored thing. Fucked if I know why. I mean, I can't imagine that a company would not want free advertising and promotion of the fact that they make a good product. Only thing I can figure is that some advertising legal fuck must figure that he's missing out on a bit of money, because because he's an arsehole. But fuck him. These people make a damn good product. Because round about now is the time when I'd usually drop it. So I'll wrap it up. See, nearly fucking dropped it. That'll give us some protection. Right, next bit, I'll peel this off and make it sharp, I suppose. Right, that's just a homemade jig. I'll sharpen this on, I've got a Tormek. It's what I've got. It works. It's not fast, but it does the job. I like this about Tormek, it's very clever. I hit the wheel with this stone. That'll give me a rough grind. When I've finished doing that, I'll turn it over, hit it with that, and that'll give me a smooth grind, which is sharp enough, you know. If you wanna shave your face with a knife, then you know, good on ya. But a knife only has to be so sharp. But you know, for now, it's just a matter of a lot of back and forth on both sides. I won't go into setting angles. You'll if you're interested, you'll find that out. There we go. That's done. That's finished. Let's see how it goes. This is awkward behind the camera. That works alright. Pretty happy. Not my best, not my worst, but it's fine. That'll be a yeah, good usable knife for someone. Yeah, so thanks again, Emma. You're a champ, you know that. And I said I'll give it away, which I'll still do, so I'll put some conditions. I'd want you to be a subscriber. Main condition is if you've got to use it. If you're not going to use it, you can't fucking have it. Simple as that. And I want you to leave a comment. Just leave a comment and hashtag it GNU. GNU. So wildebeest. But I like the word GNU. Make a pun with the word pneumatic, neutral. Have fun with it. That's probably about it. Yeah, I'll draw it in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, in a fortnight. It'll be before Emma's next fortnight live stream. You know what I fucking mean. So yeah, I'll go and drink a beer, I think. Cheers.